All right. Well, it's so good to see you all. I know we haven't had a stronger together team call in probably a couple months. We kind of took a little hiatus on them with the Slay Squad calls happening every Monday night. We just felt like we didn't want to overwhelm everybody and bombard everybody with evening calls. But we miss you. And sometimes it's nice to just have our small team kind of chat through things and talk to each other and kind of figure out where everybody is and get to have a little bit more community with just our small team. So we wanted to hop on tonight. And then Erica and I were kind of talking too about just curious what you guys would like to do, what you would prefer going forward as far as team calls. Whether you liked them every other week or every 3 weeks or every month or just as needed. We want to hear from you guys as to what you want, and we'll kind of decide. So you can drop it in the chat or you can let us know what would be preferable to you. We'll probably be keeping them in the evenings, as I feel like that is what works best for everybody. But just how frequently to have them will kind of be up to you guys. So first thing, and Andrea's hopping on. Yay. Hey, Andrea. Oh, so good to see everybody. So I wanted to start out with a little bit of recognition. First of all, Ashley just this morning, I think, got her diamond back, which of course will be recognized next Thursday in the Beachbody world, but we want to recognize you today. So congratulations for getting your diamond back. That's a huge, huge thing. I know you've been working really hard, so that's amazing. Congratulations on that. I know we have a lot of you who are also pushing to get there, and you guys will all get there too, I have no doubt. We have some people that are up on the Success Club board, which I want to recognize Jen up there at the top with 4 points. Yep, Maria has 2. Jess Pottiger has 2. I don't think she was able to hop on today. Mandy Beach has 2, Shannon Davis has 2, and then Jen's new coach, Amber Sullenberger, she has 2 points as well, which is really, really exciting. So wanted to congratulate everybody there. There's still plenty of time left in the month, of course. May is a long month, and plenty of time to reach our goals, Success Club, rank, whatever we're looking to do. So I think that a big thing though, and I was just talking to Maria about this, and something that helps me a lot, especially if you have a certain goal by a certain date, which happens to me with Success Club a lot in the months, because I'm always like Success Club 5 by the 5th, 10 by the 10th. And I don't reach those goals more often than not, I'm going to tell you right now. But when you can focus on the actions that you're putting in instead of the outcomes, it really, really helps your mindset with this business. Because any entrepreneurial business, like, we all know it's not easy. It has ups and downs. But if you have this goal that you're working towards and you're doing the actions to make it happen, then your business is further along than if you weren't, even if you didn't necessarily reach that exact goal. And that's what I tell myself when I am pushing for Success Club 5 by the 5th. If I haven't hit it by the 5th, but I've been doing all the things to make that happen, my business is moving forward. And I can focus on knowing that I did what I need to do. So I want to encourage all of you guys to do that too. Set your goals, absolutely be pushing for those goals, but then celebrate the action that you're putting towards them, because that's what we can control. We cannot always control the outcome, right? We can't control who's going to say yes when, but we can always control the action that we put in. So I think that that's something really important. And I don't know if you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call from Monday. I thought it was really good. And she was talking too a lot about, wait, was it the national? Now I'm getting them confused. It might've been the Slay Squad call from Monday. One of those calls, either Slay Squad or the National Wake Up Call, was talking about follow-ups and how important they are. And I thought that this was a really good perspective too. She said the invite is just getting the conversation started. Almost nobody will join you on your first invite. So if you never follow up with them and you never invite them again, then your business is not really going to grow the way that you want it to. And I think, especially as a newer coach, sometimes we can really get in our own heads when we get ghosted, or people say no, like, oh, it's too expensive, or I don't have enough time, or whatever the situation may be. When you can keep those conversations going and people are continuing to watch you, and you keep inviting or following up if they said, no, this isn't a great time, or, story views or something that always pops in my head. I invite people every single month if they're watching my stories, whether they've ghosted me, whether they've said no, I just keep inviting. And she gave some type of statistic that it takes a lot of people like 10 times of follow-ups to join. And it really isn't annoying. It's just showing them that you're still thinking about them and you're still there. And so I just want to encourage you guys in that way too, to look at really the fortune is in the follow-up more so than even than that initial invite. That's just getting the conversation started. So that was a side note on that. Erica, is there anything, please feel free to hop in. I know I get on here and I ramble and okay.
That sounds amazing.
Okay. So all about what's coming up next. I'm going to try, let's see if I think I would know how to use this by now, right? To share my screen. Okay, let's see here.
Wait, Jess, I will just say real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This business truly does work if you work, and I will say probably for a good month, maybe month and a half, I have not been inviting. I have had a shit month and a half. And so, my business is down, I'm at zero, so, but I listened to a podcast the other day and it was like, in the moment, what is your pace? And we're not always going to be at like an 80-mile-per-hour pace, right? So you have to kind of like determine your circumstance in that moment. And even if you have to slow down to like a 20, you're still, even at a 20, like you're still kind of moving forward at least. So that really helped me in the moment because I've been probably at a 20 or less for definitely the past 3 to 4 weeks, just circumstances. So, I just wanted to say, like, if you were at a 20 with me, to give yourself some grace. Like, I am trying to get back to all of the vital behaviors, but you also have to remember, like, I haven't really been doing them. So it's not like I'm going to invite today or yesterday and have people signing up. Like, I probably won't hit Success Club. I'm kind of a late person to hit Success Club anyway. I always hit it at the end. But I won't be hitting Success Club till probably late May. I mean, I will hit it, but I can guarantee it's not going to be like anytime soon. So if you're feeling like that too, if you haven't been in the game for a while, you just got to keep like and then I was in my head, I'm like, how do I like start again? Like, I feel like I haven't been doing, and really it's not been that long, but like, just start. Who cares? Just keep going, go back to what you were doing, start building, connections, and just keep going. So I'm with anyone else who's at a 20 right now. I'm trying to get back. I feel like I'm getting to like a 30 again, sort of. Once summer hits, I feel like I can roll again, but at least you're still moving forward, even at that slower pace.
Yes, that's a really good point. Love that. Yep, Mandy, you also have a really good reason for being at a 20. Oh my gosh. I hope you're getting some sleep here and there with a newborn. Oh gosh, she's so cute. Okay, I was going to try to share my screen, but it's not letting me because I'm recording it. I don't really know. But I was going to go over the graphic of the upcoming releases. I did put it in our Stronger Together thread either earlier today or yesterday. So Fire and Flow sample workout is out. It launches for coaches May 24th and customers June 7th. Whether or not you're going to do that in that time frame or at all, totally up to you. This is actually the first time that I'm not doing a launch when it launches personally, because I really want to do 30-day breakaway in June. And I kind of struggled with that because ever since I've been coaching for the past 4 years, I always do a launch right when it launches. Like, I'll do a group right then. That's always the program that I'm doing. And I was kind of struggling with, how do I promote this if I'm not doing it right now? And I don't want to confuse everybody that's watching me. And I really got in my head with that a little bit. And I was talking to some of the other leaders in the Ignition Mission just about like their strategies and stuff. And they brought up some good points where it's like, it all comes back to, we do what we're excited about. Like, that's what we have to, we can't I'm excited about 30-day breakaway. I wanted to do that and do a firecracker 5K at the end. And so I'm going to keep doing that. But that doesn't mean I can't talk about fire and flow because, and I didn't really think about it this way, but likely the people that are following you, that are watching you, might be watching somebody else who's also a Beachbody coach, or, and maybe they'll see this person talking about fire and flow and I'm not. And they're saying like, you lose your credibility a little bit if you never mention it at all just because you're not doing it. So I think definitely being true and authentic to yourself in what you are going to do, but also present the options for people. So I did do the fire and flow sample yesterday. I talked about it a little bit, and I'm just going to talk, authentically in my stories and just say, I'm not doing it right now. You totally can. I can help you get set up with that. You can be in our group. But just being authentic about it, but also presenting what's available. And don't let yourself get too overwhelmed about it. Like I was getting way in my head last week. I'm like, okay, Tess, relax. It's not that big of a deal. So my personal plan, and Erica too, we're going to do 30-day breakaway June, fire and flow July, because that's a 4-week program as well. And then we're going to do lift more starting in August. So it's always just really good, which I know we've said before, but it's really good to know what you're doing, have a game plan for at least the next month, preferably the next couple of months. Just helps you get in the right mind space of what you're going to be promoting and when. And of course, there's still the gut protocol out there, so we can be sprinkling those things in when you're making those meals. Show them in your stories. If you've made a really good one that you're loving, do a post about it. People love a good recipe. That's something they can easily save. So those are things to continue to bring up too. But always know what you're inviting to. And for me, I just have a really basic calendar and kind of know where my focus is going to be at certain times of the month, and in, which months, what I'm going to be focusing on inviting to, because you have to be inviting to something all the time. So I think that's all I wanted to say about those things. Maria, you're going to finish up job 1 and then do fire and flow. Then lift 4 and then lift more. I like it. Yeah. Body doubles are always good for that too. Yeah. 4-week gut protocol. I know. Don't stop talking about that because people definitely are interested in it. And so, if you aren't personally doing it anymore, it doesn't have to be your main focus of stories and posts and all of that. But I definitely wouldn't stop talking about the 4-week gut protocol, because I don't talk about it a whole lot, but here and there I do. And I still have people that will ask me about it. Job 1 is your jam too, Ashley. Yeah, it's really good. I did it twice and I actually debated doing it this month, but I'm doing body this month. But it's really good. You were in the test group for that, weren't you, Ashley? Yes, that's why it's your true love. I love it. That's so cool. Let's see. Anything else on what's coming, Erica? Did I miss?
No, I was just going to say, when I'm promoting 30-day breakaway, I know people are going to come back and say, oh, I'm not much of a runner or whatever, which is fine. And I'll just say you can run, walk, jog, or there's a brand new program also coming out and you'll get all the other workouts. So there's definitely other options. You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's my plan for people who say they don't want to run or they're not runners.
Yeah. That's a really good point too. And I think another thing that I am still always a work in progress at, as you guys can probably tell by the way I ramble on here, is to ask more questions rather than just word vomiting information when people say they're interested. And I'm not always great at that either. I am great at just like, oh, here's what we have, and we have this and we have that, and you do this and you can do that. But asking questions is way more powerful, and it actually makes our job easier, because then we really know what they're looking for and we can tailor what we're talking to them about based on what we know their struggle points are, or what their goals are, what kind of time they have, like those kinds of things. Just asking a lot of questions also really shows the person that you're talking to that you're interested in them, that you want to help them and their particular circumstance and story. Like that's what we all want. We want to help them. But when you just come on and just start talking about everything you have to offer, that's not personalized at all. So I know sometimes it can feel a little bit scary when someone's like, yeah, I would love more info. And you're like, whoa, okay, well, where do I go from here? But I think a really big thing is to just tell them like, awesome, I'm so excited to share more with you. Like asking them what kind of goals they have, or, you know, what kinds of workouts do you prefer? How much time do you have to devote? You know, those kinds of things. Do you struggle more with nutrition, or are you looking more fitness? Like all of those questions, just getting those conversations started, and then that can help you know what to tell them. Because yeah, like Erica said, that's a really good point, because with me doing 30-day breakaway, there are going to be a lot of people that if I only invite to that aren't going to want to do that. So really knowing how to navigate the conversations to help everybody. And especially our group is multi-program. And I think people that aren't in our world don't understand that. They don't understand that like they don't have to be doing exactly what I'm doing. So that's something to talk about in stories too. And when people come to you with any type of objection or question or something that they don't understand, it's always a really good thing to address that in stories. I have people who will say to me, oh, I know that you get on your Zoom in the morning, but I'm not able to I'm not able to work out in the morning. And I think then I think, oh gosh, in my stories, maybe I'm projecting it like you have to get on my Zoom and work out at 5 o'clock in order to do this. And so then I'll go in my stories and be like, it's an option, but you work out whenever you want. So just keep that in mind. If people are coming to you with certain objections or questions, those are things to talk about in stories, or even write a post about if you're getting a lot of those. And I think too, with posting, really, which I need to get better about too, this is something I told myself earlier today. I personally have not been great with my lead generators lately. I just haven't. I've been like on the reels game of just doing like silly ones, and I have not been as consistent with twice a week lead generators. That's what we try to do. For a long time, we had a schedule of Mondays and Thursdays. That actually worked really well for me. I think Jen, you pretty much stick to that schedule still. And I kind of fell off of it. But when you're doing a lead generator, really addressing a problem and talking about who you were and how Beachbody has helped you become what you are now, because people are going to relate to who you were before. So when you're writing a post, it's going to take a little bit of time. Lead generators should take a little bit of time, and they should be from your heart, something about your story. And that's where people are going to join you. They're not going to join you for like the new program, the next thing. They could log on to Beachbody and get that. They want to join you because they want to see how far you've come, and say, okay, well, she felt that way and now feels this way, so can I. So really be a storyteller. And that's something that I personally need to get better about. I know, because I haven't been great recently. But that was something I wanted to mention too. And then the last thing that I think we just wanted to talk about was Summit. So let's see. Ashley, Maria, me, Jen, Erica. Sarah, are you going to Summit? I'm like trying to figure out who all is going.
John just started a new job, so we're waiting to see how his schedule lines up.
Okay.
Whether or not I go.
Okay. Well, that's exciting for him. Congrats. I hope you can come. It's so fun, I hope. Erica and I have been there once. Maria, you were there once, right? We were probably there the same year, maybe. And it really is awesome. And I know that even this year, like, yes, it's back, it's live, but you know, people, it's been hard for a lot of us to go. And I know at this time, maybe 6 or 8 months ago, there were tons of us that were like, yes, we're definitely going. And then things happen in life. And I totally get that. But if you know that you're not able to go this year, try to make it a priority for next year if you can, because there is nothing like the atmosphere there. There is nothing like it at all. And I'm so excited for those of us that are going to experience it and get to be together. When Erica and I went last time, it was just she and I for our team. So now a bunch more of us are going to go, and we can hang out and, you know, get lunch, get dinner, all the things. And then the trainings are great, but it's just the atmosphere. It's just the live workouts with the super trainers. The big one on the streets is just incredible. And it really solidifies our mission, I think. I mean, I don't think you can leave Summit and not feel inspired and not feel really solid in what we're doing and what we're here for. And that's to help people change their lives. And we know how much Beachbody can help with that, and our communities can help with that, and seeing so many other people there who have that same mission, it is really the coolest thing. Yes, the keynote speakers. I know who is it? Brendan Burchard. Oh gosh, yeah, it's Brendan Burchard and I forget. Shoot, someone
Is
else.
it Bob Heilig, or am I making
Oh,
that?
was it? Maybe it is him. I think maybe it is him.
They were both really. Yeah,
It was definitely
excited.
someone else that I knew that I was excited about. I know it's going to be awesome. And I always love hearing from the top 10, like the top coach of the year. I always think that's super inspiring too. So yeah, really excited for that. And it's neat, especially now that we have our team, we'll be able to get together a little bit, just our smaller team. And then my coach, Amber Kuiper, has some get-togethers for the bigger team too. She has a diamond dinner. She has something on that Thursday when we get there for everybody. And it's a really fun experience. So I'm super pumped for that. But did anybody have anything specific that they wanted to ask or talk about or anything on the call tonight? I'm really excited to see you guys again. I mean, Erica and I were talking earlier today, and it's been a while, and we miss kind of coming together and talking to you guys. So I'm happy to see so many faces on here tonight. And yeah, the biggest thing, like Erica said, there are seasons in life when, you know, you're full on hustle mode, 100%. And then there's seasons in life where you just don't have that to give. And the good thing about this business is that it will be there regardless of the season, and you give what you can when you can, but just know that, you know, your business will reflect that in those times. But we're always going to be here, and we're a team, and there's something really powerful about that. Okay, Ashley, how long do you guys wait to send another message for a follow-up? So it depends what the situation is. If somebody's watching my stories or commented or liked something and I send them a message and they ghosted me, it depends if they are continuing to like and comment and follow my stories. I do it monthly. If they're ghosted, like if they're saying nothing on my initial message but continue to watch, I do it monthly. If they were interested in information and I sent it and I haven't heard anything back, I'm fairly relentless in my follow-ups until they answer me. Because when somebody comes to me and they're interested, like, you need to tell me like, yes or no, you're doing this. And I'm going to keep asking until you do. So once I send information, I will usually follow up with them I usually do it every other day, like every 48 hours or so. And I kind of I don't make it like, just kind of like, let me know either way. I want to make sure that I say a lot of like, just want to make sure you got my message. Did you get the email that I sent you? I know things can sometimes get lost in cyberspace. I want to make sure you saw it, answer any questions you have. What are your thoughts? Like those kinds of things. Yeah, I used to really worry about being pushy. I think pushy, like if somebody's not looking for information at all and you just keep messaging them and messaging them and messaging them, then that's a little bit pushy. But if they have come to you, you've had some back and forth, they are interested in something, you've then given them the information, then they owe you an answer of yes or no. That's my thought on that. And so, yeah, I don't worry. Oh, Andrea. I know Andrea has sick kids too. There is so much going on. Erica has sick kids. Maria has sick kids. Oh, it's been a rough month. And May is supposed to be the best month. May is my favorite month. So I hope everybody gets well soon. But Ashley, I hope that answers your question. And also with follow-ups too, a lot of times people do forget, like they do forget. I get tons of emails that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to look at that, or and then I forget about it. And I will have people often say like, oh my gosh, thanks for circling back with me. And I will put it on myself too. Like I'll say, hey, just circling back. I don't want you to think I forgot about you. Like I'll say it so that, you know, kind of in that way. But yeah. Oh, but I can't stress follow-ups enough. I really think that's where like the majority of my people definitely come from. And you just kind of have to get over your fear of seeming pushy and just remember that people's lives are super busy, and especially in this world of technology, and it's like people read things and immediately on to the next thing. Like, I think when you continue to show up and show them like, hey, I'm still here, I'm still thinking about you, I'm still excited to have you in my group, like it shows them that you're not just another number. Like they, you know, you're thinking about them. And so I think that that's important. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? All right. Well, it was really good to see everybody. So let us know your thoughts on calls going forward. We're thinking maybe like monthly, just kind of see how that goes, just to kind of reconvene and celebrate and talk about what's coming up next. But we want to do whatever you guys feel would be most helpful. I do think seeing our faces and being able to chat sometimes is really important. Yeah, I kind of was leaning towards monthly too, but yeah, let us know your thoughts. And I think that's it. All right. All right, guys. Well, wait, of course, let me take my picture. Let me close this. Close that. Well, it's so cool that there's 9 of us on here. Okay. Makes a nice little square. All right, ladies, smile. Awesome. Thank you so much for hopping on. It truly means a lot to see all of you tonight. So have a good rest of your night. We'll talk to you soon.